No! I wanted the achievement! I milled out your whole library, and for what? Hello, beautiful No, let's start over. Hello, beautiful people. I am Supreme Verdicts, a practicing attorney by day and a magic strategist by night. After a long day working on the rule of law, I come home to master the laws of magic. Today, I'm bringing you to yet another Aetherdrift draft, and it looks like another one where we have to wait on the last person. I spoke too soon. We're going to be jumping in. Ooh, is this good? This has to be good. I'm sorry, this is a crazy card, right? The Aether Spark, 4 mana, 4 loyalty planeswalker artifact equipment. As long as it's attached to a creature, it can't be attacked, and whenever equipped creature deals combat damage during your turn, put that many loyalty counters on the Aether Spark. +1 to attach it to a creature you control and put a 1/1 counter. -5 to draw 2 cards, -10 to add 10 mana of any one color. This has to be bonkers. I believe it, yeah. No matter what, you can just start getting a couple counters on it, because it's combat damage. It's not to a player. No matter what, this is going to get bigger. That's pretty great. Stock Up, very good card. Dracosaur Auxiliary is good. Sheffet Archfiend can be. Veteran Beast Rider is great. We have a spin out in here. It looks as if and Broken Wings is fine. The deck in general is lacking, has Stock Up, but lacking other blue cards. Lacking good white. There's Collation Course, which is okay. We're going to go with Aether Spark easily. Let's see what comes to us next. Salvation Engine. 5 mana, other artifact creatures you control get +2/+2. Whenever this vehicle attacks, return up to 1 target artifact card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Crew 6. That's an expensive crew cost, but there's a Nesting Bot in here. There's a Broadcast Rambler. Both of those are fairly solid white cards. Midnight Mangler can be good. Gear Serper, Seeker Serpent. There's makings of a good blue-white deck in here already. Broadside Barrage is fantastic. There's not much to say about this card. Lightning Strike is also great, promoting the red here. And Run Over, I have not been picking highly enough, and I need to start. But kind of want to go for the Mythic. Mythic into Mythic, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, the crew cost is wild, but the other artifacts get +2/+2 is already really strong. And we haven't done blue-white yet. I would really like to. And wow, just immediately into a Nesting Bot, which is good in the blue-white deck. Diversion Unit, which is fantastic in any blue deck. I think Diversion Unit and Earth Rumbler are the 2 strongest cards in this pack. Apocalypse Runner is decent. Ketradon's very good. I don't know if these draft rankings... I know you can't see the draft rankings, but from Channel Fireball, they do not seem to be updated. Migraine Ketradon has been outperforming, so has Earth Rumbler, but they're both given fairly low scores here. Who's excited for the Pro Tour? By the time this is airing, Pro Tour is probably already happening and or happened. I used to host once I hosted a fun little party like the night of, or the finale for a Pro Tour, like on a Sunday night. Friends came over, we played some Commander. I did a little bracket for the Pro Tour, which is pretty fun. Stupid sexy Push the Limit. Can you tell I watch Nummy? Oh my god, that card's so fun. Maybe one day. Defend the Rider's the best card in the pack, other than maybe Spin Out. Sorry, I'll get back to my Pro Tour story in just a minute. What's going to be best here? Defend the Rider is all in all solid. It's a permanent that gets hexproof and indestructible. Spin Out, though, is very solid. And we haven't seen good green in general. With Salvation Engine, we really want the artifacts. So I'd almost rather the Spin Out, because black-white can have artifacts, or blue-black can have artifacts. Makes me want to pass the Defend the Rider. On to Pride of the Road is an alright white card, but it's not great. Adrenaline Jockey is also fine. It's not ideal. We'll take the Pride of the Road in case we are able to continue with this blue-white plan. This will make the deck. Otherwise, Trip Up. But I don't really want to take that at this point. But yeah, so I made a bracket where I watched day 1 and day 2 religiously. I'd kept up with, I don't even remember what format it was. And so we could put in the bracket and match up who we thought would win. At a certain point, I've been following the Pro Tour for a couple of years now since I've gotten into Magic. I really enjoy it. Just some familiar faces keep making back despite it being such a wide field and so much variance going on. Oh. Breeze French Goblin is probably the best card in this pack. There's the Flood the Engine as well, and Ripclaw Wrangler is okay. I'm tempted to take the Tranquil Cove here and just to keep ourselves more to stick to the blue-white, but I like Ripclaw Wrangler, it's fine. This will let us splash, though, for the Salvation Engine if we end up in blue. Here I am again with not a clear path. The red is strong. We have seen a couple of good red cards now. I need to keep that in mind. There we go, 7th pick Lightning Strike versus the Guidelight Optimizer or the Sundial. See, now I want to take Sundial because I want to continue with my artifact theme, but Lightning Strike, 7th pick, is in fact a signal, and I do not ignore signals. We did this in the last draft. I ignored signals because I kept taking cards like that anyway. Let's go ahead and take the Lightning Strike now. Who knows if we're going to end up in any of these colors, but 7th pick Lightning Strike is indeed a signal. We anyway see a Fuel the Flames and another Sundial. Here we can take the Sundial. This is... Fuel the Flames is good. It's a lot of fun too. I do think Sundial's better, especially in the context of what we've gotten so far. Nice. From our first pack, there were not very few white cards, and so the Collision Course wheeling is great. Notably, these 3 red cards also are wheeling, but none of them are what we want. The stock up is taken, of course. I want to take the Mangler, because I do still believe in this blue-white kind of artifacty build. Past the Collision Course. It's just not exactly what I'm looking for. And there we go. We can get Broadcast Rambler, which is fairly solid here. And kind of go for, nice, a little bit of an artifacty deck. Whenever this cruise mounts and vehicles, so if it's 4. Salvation Engine 4? No, it's 6. Let's go ahead and grab it. I would like to do... Guys, this is a good card. It's a build around, but it's a fun card. I don't know why people don't want to play it. Race a scoreboard, burn a rocket. Sure. Okay. Ride's End here is not bad. We got Ranger's Refueler, though, is probably the best card. Well, Rocketeer Boost Buggy is the best card in this pack. Certainly. Without a doubt. This is ridiculous. 2 mana for a 3/2 when this crew 1. When this vehicle attacks, make a treasure, but then exhaust for 3 and it becomes a 4/3 artifact creature that just makes a treasure when it attacks. That's great. We have some decent cards. They're all a little bit middling here, but we'll go ahead with the Ranger's Refueler. I don't know how many exhaust cards we're going to have. I guess Slick Imitator is also a consideration, but I'd rather stick with the artifact kind of theme that we're going for. It's a shame. A couple of Unstoppable Plans going by. Just, they're not good, but consideration to take Ride's End as well, where we just kind of play a lot of removal because our deck will win in the end long game. Oh wow, Dune Drifter's great. Artifact or creature card with mana value X or less. I think we take this here and we try to splash it. It's the best card in the pack by far, and Kael'Lorna's fine, especially because we have a couple of flyer. We have 1 flyer. Yeah, Kael'Lorna's fine. Bounce Off is otherwise really good, but I think we'll be able to splash black somewhere. And let's just take the best card in the pack. Bounce Off would be ideal to wheel, although I doubt that it would make it back. Wow, Outpace Oblivion is a great card. Autarch Mammoth is a great card. Here we'll pick up the Ride End. Wreckage Wickerfolk would be good if we were going more blue-black, but I'm thinking blue-white is the direction. I don't want the Pride of the Road in that case, although we will take what we can get. We haven't seen any of the good payoffs for artifacts or any of the good enablers, really, but I really like Salvation Engine. It is such a powerful card. This is a bad pack for us, because here's again that good red card, and we just passed a decent red card. We could go blue-red. We could go white-red. We're not really an aggressive deck. We're very much slower and mid-rangier. I think it's okay to kind of force bounce off here. Again, we're still looking for a black splash, so we don't want the Swiftwater Cliffs. Excuse me for getting out of view. Engine Rat's fine if we were in black. But again, we want to be doing artifact stuff. Give us a good artifact card. No one's playing red, ever. There's our white-black land that we were kind of looking for in order to splash the Dune Drifter. There is also a Night Market, and I think that's better. Is that better? Let's take Scoured Barrens. Just in case. I think that might help pay out. That might pay out more overall. The 1 life is useful, especially since we're a little slower. Nice. There is an Artifact Enabler and an Artifact Payout. The issue is Hull Drifter stronger? I think Memory Guardian is a lit. How many artifacts do we actually have? We have 9 artifacts. Let's go ahead and grab the Memory Guardian. The Hull Drifter might be a stronger pickup overall, but we're going for synergy here. That Pride of the Road could probably leave. Aether Jacket is not the worst here. This comes in as a black land, which is unfortunate. We'll take Aether Jacket. Our 3s are getting a little... Oh no, our 2s are still chugging us along. Kind of want to do Rover Blades. I don't know if it's any good. I think we go for Grim Bauble here, though. Just if we're already splashing black, maybe there's a chance we end up a little bit heavier in black. Synergy or better card? Let's go for synergy. Let's go all in. I would love to see a couple of the white-blue payoffs. I would love to see our Signpost Uncommon. Please, please, please. Yeah, nothing like standing out here or anything. Grab that. Yeah, if you're watching the Pro Tour, let me know. I'd love to chat about it. I really enjoy that kind of high-level Magic. I think it's a lot of fun. I think there's a lot you can learn just by watching it. Tiny chance we play that. And in that sense, I do think it makes me a better player. Wow! That sucks! We can't play that. We're not even splashing for that color. God! This is such a good card. Oh, someone in this pack is going to be really happy. I like Aether Siphon. I like Nimble Thopterist. I like Voyager Quickwalder is probably what we're going with. Artifact spells cost 1 less. We have a decent amount of those, especially on our top end. We're just kind of synergizing things together. We do need more 3-drops, more 3s. Wow, that is gross. I don't like that we're going with a common here. I just think Aether Siphon's more likely to wheel. And we are hoping for Aether Siphon or Nimble Thopterist to come back to us. Another Memory Guardian is not bad. Midnight Mangler, also fine. Draconautics Engineer is so good. Scrap Compactor is fine. Do we want the Midnight Mangler? We already have one. I like the Memory Guardian. We have so many, like, we have done a good job of focusing on getting artifacts. Alright, we are still missing some good creatures though, and some cards that we would like. Guidelight Optimizer is pretty great. Canyon Vaulter is a good card. I don't think it's right for this deck. Would have loved to pick up that Hull Drifter that we had passed previously, but it looks as if blue has been a little bit stifled in this draft. We'll take a Guidelight Optimizer though. It helps us curve into our 4s a little bit better. Bounce off is good here. How many creatures do we have? We have 11 creatures, 15 artifacts. Okay, okay. We're doing well. We're kind of relying on our Salvation engine here to win the game in a way. or Aether Spark just to overwhelm our opponents with value. Yeah, I think Bounce Off is going to be the pickup. As much as I'd like some other kind of flyer. This pack is middling. Do we want any consideration for any of these? We do have a decent amount of vehicles, don't we? I would presume. We have 5. Alright, we'll pick up Country Roads. Still trying to finish out our deck. We have one interface ace, and I don't think it's a particularly good card. I like, at this point, Scrap Compactor. How many removal spells do we have? Yeah, not many. We got the Ride's End. So I think Scrap Compactor might be better here. Although the Spot Cycle Scouter, I wouldn't mind at this point in the draft. There was a consideration to play the Orzhov card, because we're already splashing for black. And honestly, we can splash for black with the Spin Out as well. I think here the Gear Seeker actually plays in fairly well. Camera Launcher, though, would have been pretty good to give us 2 artifacts. Alright, the deck's coming together. These last few pickups have been great. We're really light on 3 drops. Might have to play like a Daring Mechanic just to round things out a bit. No, we can pick up this Camera Launcher. Glitchko Surveyor's fine. I like this because it's an artifact that makes an artifact. We unfortunately did not get any of our signposts. Those would have been fantastic rewards. There's the Aether Siphon on pickup. Now I wish I had a flyer, but it is what it is. Another Scrap Compactor. Ooh, Guidelight Matrix. Is this good in our deck? Enters, draw a card. Mounts and vehicles become... Let's speculate on that. Leonin Surveyor, sure. Swiftwing. We've got some early game plays. These, I will never pick the Ancient Vendetta, so let's at least start adding it to the collection. Alright. Deck came together a bit. We're definitely a little light in kind of bridging this gap here between our 2 drops and our top end cards. I think we're going to have to build the deck in a way that understands that. That's a fine pickup at the end there. Don't think we're going to play it, but we'll take whatever we can get. Alright. Did not get any of our great payoff cards, but that's alright. And we can decide how much we'd like to splash for black. I don't think we splash the Spin Out. It's just too complicated. Definitely playing our dual land here. Definitely playing that land. We can splash the Grim Bauble, I think. Do we have any ways of making treasure? No. This gets back any artifact or creature. It's really good. Now, is it necessary? Okay. If we were to cut our swamps entirely, it's 14, 15, 17. Alright. If we were looking at just an Azorius deck, Skylight Matrix, any good? We have what vehicles? We have Salvation Engine. That's our big vehicle. We have Broadcast Rambler that crews itself in a way. This gives creatures or vehicles. Right, we don't have a ton of vehicles. Skylight Matrix gets cut. I think one of our Scrap Compactors would get cut, and I think an Interface Ace would get cut. We have a decent deck, all in all, if we just stick to Azorius. Now we can mess with our colors a bit for the Dune Drifter. I like it because it gets back Aether Spark. If I'm being entirely honest, that's one of the main reasons I want to play the card. If we put in just the one Dune Drifter, okay, Scour Barons, whatever, messing with our lands, we would take out the Walking Sarcophagus, lower our 2-drop amounts. Or get rid of like Swiftwing Assailant or Pride of the Road. Does Pride of the Road do anything for us? Max speed. Are we gonna hit max speed? We want to deal damage to them, but I think we're fairly defensive until the very end. We do have one flyer. How many other flyers do we have? Just this one? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Gear Seeker Serpent can be pretty ridiculous. But we don't have any early... We have this early way to start our engines. Okay, okay. Maybe we keep Pride of the Road. Maybe we get rid of Swiftwing Assailant. I just feel like it's a fine defensive body. Don't have a ton of cycling. Double Strike is just such a good upside. Especially with Aether Spark. Do I get rid of Aether Siphon? We win with card advantage in the end. Let's get rid of Swiftwing Assailant. Let's keep in the Dune Drifter. Let's add in a couple swamps. Suggest lands. Let's see here. We have 10 blue sources, 8 white sources. So here we have 1, 2, 3 black sources, 7 white sources, 8 blue sources. I think we cut down. We go 8, 8, 2. Let's try it. We might have to get a little bit lucky with splashing the Dune Drifter, but it is a splash, and we're not looking to be casting it on curve in any way, shape, or form. The idea is for us to be using it later on. We do have for the double blue, and we don't have any double white actually, which is notable. But I think this is going to be our deck. Preliminary verdict, court's now in session. We have a fairly low to the ground that quickly synergizes into our upper level spells. Gear Seeker Serpent and Memory Guardian should never be cast for their full cost, with the majority of our deck being artifacts. We have something like 18 artifacts in this deck. That is insane. Look at this. 17 lands, 18 artifacts. That's the deck, effectively. A couple creatures they're just strong on their own for a little bit of support where we might need it, and our removal suite, which is a little bit lackluster, but I think might be able to get us there. Voyager Quickwelder is going to be some good glue in this deck. It's a shame we missed out on some of the other good white uncommons, but I'm pretty happy with the way this came together. Let's see it in the queue. It's sad we didn't get a lot of the uncommon payoffs for this particular deck, but we have a lot of the synergy commons. Notably, the nesting bots, we saw a couple of those, never made the wheel. Okay, opponent. This is going to be crazy. We have turn 2, and I guess turn 4 we fuel it up. This isn't a good hand, but it does play. And we have Aether Spark, and I really want to see how this does. Man, it's such a crazy card. We'll keep. Consideration to playing white here if... Let's go ahead and play blue. Just in case there's something we need to bounce, but I can't imagine. Let's go ahead and just set them back a turn. We could use a little bit more tempo we play. Setting the back, they're white-green. It's an aggressive deck. Want to make sure we have the time we need. Notably, nothing to do on turn 3 again. Oh, baby. I'm really tempted to just bounce this again. Yeah, let's just bounce that again. Set them back. Don't let them have a mana advantage going into this turn. Next turn, we can fuel this. We can Memory Guardian. We can Aether Spark. Stupid deck. Drew both our mythics, of course. So now we'll win. We'll probably play out the Memory Guardian because we want more creatures on the battlefield. Give them a chance to use some of their removal spell. They still managed to double spell. It's looking good for them. But here we go with the 3-4. Pass. Not going to attack in with our Ranger's Refueler because we are playing a bit more defensively. We've used up both of our bounce offs. Doesn't put us in a great position, but I think it was helpful to buy us this time. Oh god. Do they have another one? Or the green one? Okay, Gibberic Omnivore. And a nesting bot. Wow. If we play this goes down to 2. Alternatively, we Aether Spark and attack. I think we still need a couple more blockers. Yeah, opponents ramping up really quickly, just spewing all their creatures out. That's terrifying. Each creature that's attacking one of your opponents has trample. You may put a... Do they already have the Tarion in hand, and that's why they didn't tutor for it? They could have cast it this turn, but I guess their plan would be to then put it onto the battlefield. If you put an artifact down, it gets 2 1/1 counters. That's so gross. I think we're just going to play this, and... Do we race them? 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on the backswing, but we get to hit them for 10. I think we're just going to play this. Put the pedal to the metal. Next turn, what we can do is cast the Aether Jacket, or do Aether Spark, and attach it. We don't have anything in the graveyard just yet. We're glad they blocked, because that makes it, yeah, they're not going to be as aggressive here, it looks like. Or at least not have as much to swing back at us in this race. Pride of the Road? Okay, good card. They're gonna put it down, presumably? Do they have a flyer? Does this fly? No, it doesn't. It's the other one. Alright. Opponent's gonna attack us at least with the 1/1. Yeah, gotta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's awkward. Perfect. This is crazy. Oh my god. And turn. Good game, opponent. That was bananas. That was absolutely ridiculous. Granted, we didn't even play out Aether Spark. We didn't have time to. Opponents stumbled a bit. They didn't have any removal, but okay. Note to self: we need early plays. We just kind of sat there and did nothing and bounced things until we could get some blockers into play, and then raced. Crossbar Sniper. Okay. Okay. Alright, we have a turn 3 into a turn 4 into a turn 5. It's pretty decent, especially on the play. It's just barely not too slow. Oh, our opponent's already leveled up. It's the new version. See, mine runs around. Yeah. And theirs... Okay, same thing, just different art. That makes sense. Why would Wizards actually improve the pet? Good 2-drop. Glad we grabbed that. Or glad we were able to pick that up. I don't think... You know what? Let's attack. Thank you, Arena, for giving me the option there. Because we have no benefit. Memory Guardian costs 3 or 4 mana. Let's be a little bit more aggressive. If our opponent's on the back foot, they play nothing. Opponent, please. They have to cast something. Otherwise, we Memory Guardian and attack again and just start growing our battlefield. Applying pressure and... okay. That's... fine. That's what they spent their turn on? I mean, sure. Yeah, we'll go ahead and crew again. Our opponent can hit us again for 3, and then we drop into a 5-drop. And we can crew the 5-drop to then crew the 3/3, or not. Okay, okay. Opponent has a couple of blockers now. I think we're just gonna go ahead for the 5-drop here. They can go ahead and block if they'd like, but they're more likely gonna want to wait and pump this up to a 3/5. I think we take the trade with the Venom Saklagak here. You know what? No, we don't. We are not falling behind. We just don't have much to do with our hand going forward. Okay. That's fine. I think this costs... it's 5 mana total. 5, 4, 3, 2 mana. Okay. 1 mana if I cast this. One blue mana? What do they have? For 1 blue mana? Spell Pierce, Bounce Off. What spell is there? Just Bounce Off? That's it? Okay. Huh. No, I'll take 3, that's fine. Wow, that's kind of crazy. Let's Aether Jacket. Let's Memory Guardian. Let's pass. I feel like that was a weird use of a bounce off since this comes in and makes a token. I guess it's a tempo play, but they didn't have a bigger board. I don't think that was the best move opponent could do. So what does that tell us about their hand? They've used a run over. They used a bounce off fairly liberally. Let's see how they attack. They're going to attack with the Skystreak Engineer because they want to pump it. No? Okay. Now we could bounce this, but with only... Huh? Do they want to just pump this defensively? I guess. Not going to go for it, if that's what they think. No attacks. Pass. Yeah, you can exhaust it. That's fine. Next turn, now we can bounce it and get in the air with a bunch. Put them on the pressure again. That's a good card. It's a very good card. But it might be too little too late for them. Alternatively, we could get back our Memory Guardian. I don't think that's good enough here. If we already used our bounce off, no, we haven't. Oh, it's got something. That actually went by very quickly. Let's swing out. Nothing has hidden reach. And let's play our 5/6 unblockable. Good game, Crossbar Sniper. Is that preemptive? That might be a little preemptive. I'm a little snarky. I feel like we played this particular game fairly well. I have the right to get a little snarky in that situation. Yeah, they can make this a 6/4. We're at 12. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. That's actually really good. I don't know why they're going for that. In fact, that doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't that lose them the game? Why didn't they go for Gear Seeker? Pass. I think opponent realized that too. Good game. Crossbar Sniper. It's a cool name. Just maybe be a cooler player. I'm on a roll. I gotta stop myself. No need to be rude to our opponents. They're people too. Someone behind that screen. You can't have AI doing magic. It just wouldn't play well. You see how well Sparky plays. Does Sparky play well in your opinion? It ain't easy being Wheezy. Alright. Opponent goes first. We have Midnight Mangler and Walking Sarcophagus. We can be defensive, aggressive. Dunedrifter's kind of a dead draw. And Broadcast Rambler's way too expensive. And it looks like we're gonna have to be defensive. God. They always have it, don't they? This might just be a loss. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's go ahead and play the Wrangler. Because next turn we can do the Ace, and at least the two of them can kill the Bastronaut. Nice. Opponent does not attack with Wretched Doll. That tells us their hand isn't great. Because they're going to want to surveil. It's okay, opponent. Our hand also isn't great. We're not going to attack here, despite being able to, notably. Yep. They surveil. What do they throw out or keep? Top? Okay. Why didn't it say? That was weird. Yeah, that's a great card. Ouch. They're already at 4 now. Ugh. Okay. Yep. This is so brutal. And we just start our engines and that's it. Oh my goodness. Alright, next turn we have something bigger to do, but Packed All Terror, Burnout Bastronaut, now they have the End Rider Spike Bitter. Opponent has card advantage, burn, and a double striker that they can just keep growing. And we're sitting here like chumps. On the bright side, whatever dies we can get back eventually with Dunedrifter. On the downside, we don't have black mana, and we're way behind in terms of resources. Opponent is going to be able to surveil again, and then they'll be able to exile for turn. Maybe they deck. Maybe they deck. Yeah, again keeping on top. Outpace Oblivion's pretty great. But whatever they kill, we can get the Broadcast Rambler up. What are you going for, Op? We'll go ahead and crew. It dies. Alright, they can make this a 2-2 double strike. Do not forget, Noam. Do not forget. That means Broadcast Rambler has to die, right? I think so. That's okay. Bastronaut's so good. We'll keep our Ace, which does blink some of their attacks. Come on. Good top deck. I don't even know what we want. Ranger's Refueler, at least we can play and then draw a card immediately. We're still blanking a lot of their attacks, but their raw card advantage is just so good here. They go for the interface Ace. Curious. I think we're gonna... X will pass. No reason to not do it at instant speed. That's unfortunate. Just a removal spell off the top that they can cast. Yeah, go ahead and attack. Yeah, that sounds about right. Let's go ahead, activate this. Nice, bounce off. That's pretty good. Would be a lot better if we had the open blue mana, but you know, that's how it goes. We're going to also through this. I want to keep the 1/1 flyer. I don't know why. So let's go ahead and not keep the 1/1 flyer. Put that there. Both of those there. Yeah, opponent, I'm not going to let you continue to just get your card advantage. I'm 3 for 1ing myself. It's fine. I know. Yeah, that's great. Alright, top deck a swamp. We're good to go. Top deck a swamp. I said a swamp. Okay. I mean, we actually have an attack. Sorry, not 3 for 1ing. I forgot this is just a 3/4. Now, Pact Altair is terrifying. It can kill us all on its own, especially if they have another one, but it doesn't look like they do. Discard, draw 2. Maybe we will deck them. The goat is decent. Me? Okay. 5/4. I don't think we bounce off here. It's not like we have anything to use our mana on anyway. Notably, they have 2 damage there, as well as haste at any point. Ouch. That's pretty decent. I think we get the Ranger's Refueler. One, two. I guess all of them were 2. Hindsight's 20/20, of course, but let's go ahead and pass back. I don't think we're in a position to attack. I would really like to. Opponents at 21, I want to put them under pressure. They're at max speed, they have haste available, they still have 3 cards in hand though, so the bounce off is probably going to come up. As much as I'd like to just Ranger's Refueler, draw cards, see what we get, we may need this depending on how they block. They could sacrifice a creature or vehicle. When they do, destroy something. Great. Are you gonna do it? Okay, I guess they could sacrifice it. That's fair. Oh, in that case, let's go ahead and use this. Draw a card. Cool. Notably, we are going to keep this priority held, as we'll then crew our Broadcast Rambler. That's the reason why this format is so grindy, because there's so many abilities to crew when someone's trying to kill your creature. And so all of a sudden, just the attacks are so much worse. That's pretty good. We can get a flyer for Aether Siphon. I don't know why it's tapping my mana like that. Okay, I guess first things first, let's do this. We only have 1 black card. Aether Siphon. We're fully telegraphing that we have something here. But you know what? Opponent can suck it. We're going to start drawing cards. Holding up Bounce Off in case they can give haste to something really scary, but it looks like they bricked this turn. No, they have something good. How much mana is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana? That can kill the Pride of the Road, but that's okay. Ow. They can shoot us. That's also fair. And give it haste as well. Oh my god, I forgot they get another 4 mana. They might just want to go face here. Wow. Okay. We have an option. Oh, it just puts 1/1 on a counter. We can crew any of these, and I think we're going to. Do I save the Pride of the Road, though? Is it weird that I want to? That I think I do? What else do we have in this deck? We've got some good cards. Some great top end, even. But they seem really scared about this. I think we save it. It's also just to feel bad for them. They spent all that mana. Oh, and it blanks their exhaust 1/1 counter. So now we can also block with our 5/4. That's why I did it. That's absolutely why I did it. I've never gotten anything wrong in my entire life. Let's go ahead and draw. Maybe I should not have used the planes there, because yeah, we have a lot of white cards here. Now again, we want to hold up the rides, no, let's add pressure. Our opponent has been scared this whole time, and I keep saying I want to make the frickin' whatchamacallit, but I keep not doing it. I should have just attacked there with the 5/4. That was a misplay. Yeah, 1 mana 5/4 now. It's a lot harder for us to get in. Let's go ahead and draw. 1 salvation engine and we're kind of online. We'll pass. As much as I'd like to start alpha striking, I think it's best for us to work in the air here. Opponent's working with 1 card. That's unfortunate. Target opponent. We'll go ahead. That's why we kept up the mana, by the way. Let's get rid of their Pact Altair. I think that's how we lose, more than these 5/4s. I guess we could have gotten rid of the Boomobile. I don't think it's needed here. That was a good draw for them. We happened to have an instant in our hand, and we wanted to do Camera Launcher. Opponent's doing a good job of taxing our resources each and every turn. I mean, the 5/4? Yeah, the 5/4. Absolutely, in fact, the 5/4. Let's trade our vehicle for our vehicle. Oh, baby. This is what we were waiting for. We'll still have 4 mana. Poor opponent. We still have 1 more bounce off and nothing else at instant speed. Ain't easy being wheezy, but can you handle the salvation engine? I think we start attacking now. We'll keep back the 5/5. I don't know why. I just feel like I should. Great, getting rid of some pressure. Let's go ahead and indeed make a 3/3. Opponents traded off their board. I think they feel... I don't know why they traded so preemptively. They're still at 22. They could have taken a couple of hits, kept up their 5/4 and their 3/2, and I think they realized that now they're just dead. We're on a roll. We're on a roll. We defend, 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 draw our mythics, and win. You know, Magic's easy. You just need to get these base rules down. 3-0 into the next one. Still haven't gotten to use Aetherspark, but Salvation Engine is something. That is quite the card. I don't know if we have enough evasive creatures. That's the issue. Aetherspark works on just regular combat damage. I would just prefer it on an evasive creature so that we can make sure that the creature doesn't die. Because it's so important. Oh man, it's a bad hand. If opponent's playing an aggressive deck, we bounce off, 2/2. Opponent's playing a slow deck. Okay. This is probably too slow. It's probably a mistake and should have mulliganed. But we drew our 2-drop anyway because we're complete ballers. This is why it's Supreme Verdicts, because, you know, we just... Look at this. Look at that luck. Oh, counterspell? That's fine. I think opponent looked at it and said, well, do I really want to counter a 0-3? An 0-4? Look, ours blocks theirs. Great. Again, this is like fine. It's just a little filler. It would be fine in this deck, but it's not ideal. I think we get down the camera launcher. It is better to attack. When this creature becomes tapped during your untap step. Yeah. Ouch! That hurt. Opponent, how could you? Okay, we gotta keep curving out. I would love to camera launcher, I would love to Aether Siphon and bounce off. It's just, we can't. We need to make sure that our board has creatures to gum things up. Nice. Nice because it's not an artifact, because that would hurt. Crew 1, cool. They still have something. I guess the crew. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to do this, and then have up, I guess, 1 bounce off. Or we play it and then have up immediately 2 mana draw card. That's pretty good. Opponent's got something. I don't know what it is, but I don't like the look of their... I don't like the cut of their jib. H-Town 500? What does that even mean? I don't know, what... H-Town? Okay, it's pretty good. So let's not do that. Yeah, you can crew in response, I don't mind. I'll block it. Yeah, that's okay. But it's a roadside blowout more than a roadside assistance. Am I right? Oy, oy, oy. I've been doing this for a little too long, I think, today. Got our 2/5 vigilance. I kind of just want to... Will we get blown out if they pump? That's fine. Let's attack. You gonna take it, opponent? Darn, they took it. Opponent's smart. They know all my tricksies. 1, 2, 3 mana for camera launcher. 2 mana for this. We don't have anything currently in there, so let's go ahead and play our planes just in case. I guess I could have Aether Siphon at instant speed, see if we drew something better. That's probably the smarter thing to do. We don't have much. Oh man! Let's go ahead and activate this. Pretend that like we're gonna draw a counter spell. We don't. I wish I'd done that last turn, we could have played that. That's okay. We'll wait for them to sink mana into it, and then we can bounce. Whoa, it's a 1/1. Let's go ahead and attack with our 1/1. We can get them to, if we can get to max speed, opponent's in a little bit of trouble, which is kind of fun. But we do need this bounce off pretty badly for the Gear Seeker Serpent. I guess it's 4-turn clock, but it's a lot faster of a clock than our Aether Siphon is. We'll see if we can draw another removal spell. Opponent, would you like to crew your vehicle in response? It's okay. I didn't want to either. We're playing a little suboptimally here, because I do think it's important to hold up the bounce off. It's just too good to blow them out in the event that they go for something. They have 5 cards in hand, they're playing straight up Esper. That's a good card, for example. But okay. 5/5. Doesn't do anything right now. Opponent, would you like to swing with your 5/6 so we can double block it? Cool. Let's go ahead and start off with what we know we're gonna do. Attack! Still have 23 cards. We got plenty to go. Now, the only issue is, if we draw the Aether Spark right now, I'll be very upset. That's something to keep in mind, actually. I had forgotten that that's a potential. Walking Sarcophagus, end turn. At this point, opponents should be getting clued in that I don't have a lot of gas in my hand. See, now the next question is, do we draw first next turn? Depends on how opponent attacks. Okay? Because if opponent attacks with the Sloth, we're going to want to bounce the Sloth. Okay. The issue is, I would like to get in damage so I can get my Aether Siphon online. This becomes indestructible? That's really annoying. I forgot about the untap it part. Okay. This is... Oh! Uncreatures?! Dang. I missed that line of text. That's pretty good, opponent. That's pretty good. I would like max speed. Ain't much about it. If we draw Aether Spark off of Aether Siphon, that'll be unfortunate. But it is what it is to a degree. Why are you crewing? Nothing happens. You're past combat. Okay. Max speed. Unless they have Locust Spray. Let's go. One time. Oh, baby. Give it to me. I'm gonna draw. Guess what, opponent? Oh, that's a pretty good card, I hear. You're gonna mill. Opponent, I'm gonna play a Ranger's Refueler. Opponent, I'm gonna play this. Opponent, I'd like you to meet my salvation. Do I drop this on them right now, or do I just mill them? I drop this on them right now. If they want to kill it, they can kill it. It's just so good. Oh my god. Look at this. Look at this board state. As much as I want to draw another card just to start milling them, that doesn't matter. I've got a 3/3 flyer, a 5/5 camera launcher. This is insane. Voyage home, yeah. Draw 3, gain 3. Now, they can burn us out. That's something important. Haunt the Network is still a card in this deck. And Haunt the Network is certainly something they could be playing. I feel a lot better now, obviously, now that we have a... Just Interface 8 can crew this, which is crazy. And then still be untapped to block anything. But between Gearseeker Serpent and a potential Haunt the Network, we are facing a lot of direct burn damage. So we're going to have to start getting a little bit more aggressive. Yeah, see? This chip damage is also not... This is getting a little rough. Yeah, go ahead, opponent. That's fine. I guess this is only on my turn, and I probably could have just done the 2/6, but I wanted to, you know, test out the indestructibility a bit. Okay, I draw, you mill. I'm going to go ahead and draw, and you're going to mill. Hey opponent, guess what? Then I'm going to go ahead, and I think that I'm going to draw, and guess what? You're going to mill. Wow, 4 straight lands. You know, I'm glad we hit the Salvation Engine when we did, because this would not have gone so super well otherwise. Cool. I think here we're just going to go ahead and attack up to 1 target artifact. Yeah, let's do that. This gives double strike, target creature or vehicle. Alright, how much damage can they do to us next turn? I don't want to give it to the 6/10. We We can't attack with our 5/5s otherwise, though. I'm getting greedy. Yep, nothing in the graveyard yet. We're working on it. Now, math, of course, is for blockers. We're going to let opponent trade their air response unit with our Thopter for a very good reason. Because we don't want them to have as many artifacts for when they draw Haunt the Network. We need to start applying pressure as early as possible. All good. Opponent seems to be planning to attack us, which is fine. Gearseeker actually represents 15 unblockable damage. Another good reason why to attack some more. And with that, we'll pass. Let's see if they see it, though. I don't know if they have the lands. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see, that's crew 4. Equip 4, excuse me. That would require... They'd be left with 3 mana, and I think Gearseeker needs a total of 6. Okay. So we're not facing a 2-turn clock quite yet. That's pretty good. Explains why they wanted to get rid of our flyer. That Pact Terror, man, I'm telling you. It's gonna be rough. Yeah, Skystreak Engineer. I think next turn might be the one where we start attacking more all out. But again, the 2 flyers just... And the 4 lands, that was really rough. We'll be able to draw again next turn. We didn't lose anything. Almost maybe we should have attacked more, just to be able to. Yeah, that's fine. Untap. They really just like showing off the fact that they can do that. Okay, opponent. They've done nothing for so many turns in a row. That's not bad. It is a flyer, indeed. Let's go ahead and draw. Oh man. All these lands. 8 cards left in opponent's deck. I guess I just want to start swinging. Yeah. That Gearseeker service. Well, we do the same attack, don't we? Yeah, presumably. This leaves up our blocker still. It's getting close. Actually, it's getting really close. Opponent can hit us back for 3 damage no matter what, potentially 4, in which case would be at 12 if they cast another artifact. So that brings us down to like 9, and then Gear Serpent can take us down to 5. They cannot currently equip the Rover Blades and do it, which is pretty nice. And we do have a blocker, at least for one of their Guidelight Synergist. But things are certainly getting a little worse. We'll go ahead and do this. Nah. We still need some blockers, is the issue. They have it on board. I want to apply pressure, but they have so many blockers it doesn't matter to a degree. If they chump with the Rover Blades here, we're fairly happy. Because that takes the Gearseeker death off the table, and then we're much more worried about Haunt the Network versus anything else. Opponent. Okay. Alright, now I think they might be closer to a lethal swing. Let's go ahead and end our turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll see if they can cast anything else. And we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attackers. They'd be able to block our biggest 4, so our smallest 4 would get in. That's 2, 4, 8. Yeah, plus 5. That is enough for lethal. Did we miss lethal last turn? I don't think so. Because it's the same situation. That's pretty good. They now have enough blockers. And we get pinged twice. Ouch. Ouch. At 11. They equip Gear Seeker Serpent. We know what they're going to do next turn. Oh, no. They go for this. Okay, opponent. Tap down one of your attackers. Yes, please. That's okay. I don't mind it dying. Okay. That's not helpful. We still have not hit our frickin' Dune Blast thingy majigger. What do they have? How's their deck looking? Have we seen a Haunt the Network? No, just a Voyage Home. That's terrifying, because they could Haunt the Network for the win, potentially. Okay. I think we kind of need to swing all out more so. One, two, three, four, 5 blockers. So they can block our 5 biggest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 2, 2. We give these 2 double strike. That's definitely not enough. And they win on the return attack. That being said, we will get the 4-3 back. And we'll have another flyer. Let's go ahead, and I think we're just going to go for it. Or at least apply a little bit more pressure. We can let them eat a couple of our creatures. Right? If we do this, and we play, that's 1, 2. It's close, man. It's really close. Alright, let's go ahead and attack like this. We'll bring back a diversion unit. Does not return tapped. Thank God. They are probably going to want to block in the most optimal way for them, so they'll go down to a much lower life total than they would otherwise. They're at 3 cards, so they die anyway on our next turn. So maybe I should have been a little bit more conservative with our attacks. But I think this is right. We want to be applying pressure. We want to trade off board wherever possible. Notably, the Rover Blades can be its own creature. That's important to remember. Nice, we get rid of one of their flying attackers. They go down to 3. We are going to broadcast Rambler. Guidelight Optimizer. Play another island. Pass. Alright, opponent's got 1, 2, 3. Oh, man. I said it was close, didn't I? Glad we got another flying blocker, just in case they have the removal spell. Opponent knows exactly the last 2 cards in their deck. Oh, man. Okay. Does that do it? What are they going to get? Oh, they're out of mana. Very notably, they're out of mana. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 attackers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. By 1 turn. They really put up a fight. Very good game, opponent. Very good game. I'm just trading it off. I don't really care if they have anything. They're tapped out entirely. They do need a click to go through to regular damage. My good game kind of looks a little worse now. Come on, opponent. This was a really good game. Went back and forth. I milled your whole library out. My turn. I draw, they mill. I'm gonna pass turn because I really want... No! I wanted the achievement! I milled out your whole library, and for what? Ugh. Good opponents are hard to come by. We hit Platinum, though. Limited Legend 1. Welcome to Platinum. 4-0. We still haven't cast the Aether Spark, but we're trucking right along. Now that we're here, we're going to have to be a little bit more careful about playing around some of these bombs. The March of the Worldoos, the triple green, everything becomes a 6/6. That comes to mind. Salvation engines like we have come to mind. This is such a bad hand. I can't keep this. We do nothing until turn 4. At least we have the lands to cast it, but we do nothing until turn 4. That was unkeepable. This is a lot better. Keep 6. Chuck an island. We have a solid start. Oof. That was gross. I mean, it had a rare, just, you know, doesn't help too much. Well, unfortunate. Opponent plays a 1/1. Now, notably, we have nothing to ramp into here with Guidelight Optimizer at the moment, so if they offer this trade, we are going to take it. This card is pretty dang good. It can make you a 3/3 after all. Notably, opponent is playing green. That March of the Worldoos just haunts my soul and nightmares. There's no way they attack, yeah. I didn't think so. Funny, but we cannot... We're going to play this out more so because it's a good blocker than anything else. Notably, don't have... Maybe we should have played the Aether Jacket just so we could start being a little bit more aggressive. We do have a defensive deck, but opponent is playing quite the grindy deck. Fortunately, they hit. Hit a good land, too. Deck looks pretty sweet so far. Oh. Is this good or what? Look at that. Look at this. Aether Jacket for 2 mana. Sundial for 1 mana. Crazy. Play out our whole hand, practically. Jungle Hollow? Or are they going to play the untapped land so they can Stampeding Scurryfoot? It's really up to opponent, but we have spit up our entire hand. If they don't get a flying blocker, though, or a reach blocker, which turn 4 does have a couple of them in green specifically, then we'll start chipping in with Aether Jacket bit by bit. We would love to draw, if I'm being entirely honest, the Aether Spark here. That would be fantastic. Opponent has nothing? No way. They would have played their tap land otherwise. Opponent is going to use Scurryfoot. So we'll go ahead and we'll chip in and pass. They recognize this is a slower game and their resources matter, and they're currently ahead on cards. Good job, opponent. We can get rid of that 3/3 if it decides to bother us, but we currently have a 2/4, so I'm not too worried. Until they have something big or gross, I think we're doing okay. Yeah, their attacks aren't great. And we have Vigilant. Oh, nice. This is free. That's fantastic. We'll go ahead and attack. This works to activate an ability, so we have 5 mana here for it, unfortunately. Opponent, do you have instant speed, something else? Clearly. This could be the gorilla that jumps in. This could be some other kind of trick. They're gonna flash it in anyway, just to get another body on the board. Oh, okay. I think we're gonna... Do we want to just protect this? We can kill anything of theirs. No, that's fine. Our Salvation Engine has not hit anything yet. We do too good of a job defensively, so I think this is okay. Plus, what are they going to swing with? The 3/3? Yeah, that's it. And we'll take 3. That's a pretty good card. I don't have the mana to do anything about that. That sucks. Now I do, but, you know, too little, too late. We'll pass. Opponent gained back everything that we did with Aether Jacket. Complete waste of time, I agree. Fortunately, we don't have a good source of card advantage at the moment. We will... Yeah, we're going to go ahead and try to kill it. They might have the Defend the Rider, which blows us out and doesn't feel good. But they don't. Cool. And at this point, let's go ahead and bounce off the 3-3. Let's bounce off the 3-3. For some reason, Sundial has been blanking their attacks, and I'm okay with that. Let's keep it going. We could double block with Guidelight Optimizer and Aether Jacket. I don't want 2-for-1 ourselves. That's a good card! Honestly, another land would be pretty decent here. If you haven't seen the previous drafts, we have a Gonti deck in one of them. It's pretty sweet. I highly recommend you watch it and you play, or you watch it. Gonti like fully puts the deck together. We'll end our turn, give them another chance to defend the Rider because they didn't have it last time. Now, they might have done that on purpose because they knew Gonti would be more important to defend, but they anyway had mana up there. We'd rather them use the mana on their turn. We'll probably do this before blocks. Oh no, did I leave my water bottle somewhere? I'm so sad. I absolutely did. That's it? There you go. Yeah, let's trade off our board. Let's first things first. See if we can destroy this. That's important. Because if we can't, I'd rather kill Gonti. Okay. In that case... Right? 6... Do we have a set... Oh, is... Salvation... No, Salvation Engine's 5. Thank you. That's pretty good. I will be right back. After all, I can't play without my water bottle. It's necessary. That's devastating. They had it the whole time. We have some good cards. No blocks, they can have one card. Hate that. It's the Aether Heart. Spark, I'm gonna die. Gonti has it right there. Ugh. 17. I can't race them. Pass. Red? What's the red mana for? It's terrifying. Maybe we should have kept that first hand. Taken a beating for the first few turns. Okay, Ranger's Refueler. Very good card. I would have loved to have drawn it. Can't take some of my lands, maybe? Yeah, saddle your Venom Sack. I just can't block it right now. I can't lose both my creatures. We're able to trade off, but we're just dying now. They're getting cards and they're dealing us damage. Dredger's Insight, so I guess that isn't worth it, whatever it is. They'll get the Ketradon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They play this turn? They did not. So oh, okay, they did play a land this turn. That's something. God, that's colorless mana to activate. So rude. I guess I should have played this first. That was a misplay. I'm upset. We're losing this game. I kind of want to just concede and move on. Just do it, opponent. You got back your unbeatable rare. Yeah, you stole my uncommon. I think you can swing out and win. There's not much I can do here. I guess I could have Aether Jacketed to kill the Ranger's Refueler. Sure. Lose my creature for my creature. Alright, Tim. Show me what you got. Let's get this over with. I've given up. I'm ready for the next game. We even bottomed to land. We want to play less lands in this deck because we have so many draws. How many cards do we have that draw? We have a few ramp spells. A couple things that draw. Maybe not. Is that my island? Cool. Yep. What you got? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus 4 is 13. If you swing out, I'll let you win. Nope. Okay. I'm so done. This was a bad block. Oh, they have a trick too? No, they're just picking. Yeah, that's okay. I 2-for-1 myself, that's fine. Let's see what I draw. It's not gonna help. Migrating Ketrodon, that's okay. We don't have a board wipe in this deck. I sure would like one. Yeah, I'm just gonna concede. I'm over that game. Ay. Disgusting. Just mediocre draw. That's the issue with the bridging over from the 2-drop slot into our mythic rares. We need that bridge, or we're just not going to get there. The card they took from us, the 2 mana that for 4 mana draws you a card and becomes a 4/4. That one is one of our bridge cards. Some of our other exhaust cards is a bridge card. We hit too many non-strong spells, and then they managed to get back their Gonti. I think if they couldn't get back Gonti, we had a much better shot in that game. We just would have drawn a little bit better, had more to do with our mana. This is a good reanimation target. That's for sure. But we're back into it. We got another one coming. Here we go. Opponent's coming up. Tubstone. God, everyone's a collector. How much money do they have? They can just throw it at the cards. Alright, we got Mangler, Camera, Unit, Bounce Spell. Dune Drifter is dead in our hand, but even if we mulliganed, I think we would keep that 6. We would love to draw land more than anything else for a little while. Surveyor, okay. So let's go ahead and get this out just so we can get the blocker. We did draw the land that we needed, which is great. That lets us curve out a bit better. That's disgusting. I guess we diversion unit then? Just so that we can have the blocker, quote unquote. They saddle and attack, we take the trade. I almost want to bounce off so I can then camera launcher, and we'd have to draw land though. And we take that. That's like the second time we've managed to do that. This only work for instants and sorceries. It's good to know. We did draw the land again. We're going to go ahead and attack. Start applying some pressure. If opponent just casts Lagrin again, we're pretty happy to see it. Yeah, and we'll hold bounce off for, again, a moment where we can get 2 cards for the 1 card. That's what's most important in a lot of ways. I think we attack here. Because then for 3, yeah. This costs 3, yeah. Opponent has just not been doing much with their mana. They can saddle this, but that's okay. We have Ride's End if we really need, and we can take 2 for a couple of times. That's fine. For example, we can wait for them to pump some mana into this. No blocks. This is okay. Not sure what opponent's doing here. It's crew 2. That's really annoying. I mean, it upgrades from 2 to 3. It's pretty decent. I guess I want to keep back one of my 3/3s though, so I can block the Leonin Surveyor. I think we just attack here. Come on, opponent. We're racing. It's the race car set. We've got a little bit of a lead. Oh my goodness, I didn't play a land. I was so excited. Yeah, that's okay. Crew it. That's fine. All good. Attack. Just this? 3/3? Yeah, all good. I think we're gonna bounce it. Oh? I think we kill that then, because we don't really want to... I know we should probably save the kill spell. We just have really good attackers for the moment. And now their daring mechanic is kind of useless. We can also trade off the camera launcher now. That's not bad, but it's only on attacks, right? Perfect. Oh goodness, opponent. They're gonna put a 1/1 counter on that, but it so doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Fortunately, we can't currently make another Thopter, but they're dead in the air right now. Yeah. This was just kind of a curve-out beating. A little bit of tempo plays. Opponent could not get their feet under them. They missed a few land drops at the beginning there. Sometimes that's the way the news goes. Good game, opponent. We are 5-1, and we still haven't cast the Aether Spark. But that's alright. I believe it. I believe this will be the game. I know we can. Card's been working fairly well. Every time our opponents stumble, we've been able to kind of tempo them out. And then whenever our opponents build big boards, we can just kind of stall things until we can cast our big chonkers. God, Salvation Engine is crazy. Another collector, Bog Otter here. Either that or they play a lot of limited. I wish I had that kind of time. Wow. We have a good 1, 2, 3. So I think we end up just playing Scoured Barrens on 1 to make sure we have the land for Voyager Quick Welder, because then we can for free play that. Well, you know, would have had it anyway, but I think that's still fine. We're not planning on using Scrap Compactor in these first couple of turns, especially as we'll have blockers available to us. Opponent. Likely start with Interface Eighths, just because it blocks to begin with. If our opponent has a... there we go. Any creature whatsoever. I guess let's make them think we're Orzhov. I just like to mess with my opponents sometimes. It's probably less smart because double blue means we could then have the option to cast the Aether Siphon if we were to top deck it. You never know. I'm just crazy this way. If we play this, then this will cost blue and 2. That's 3 mana. The next turn we'd have 4 mana available total. I'm trying to decide, is it better to play Aether Jacket, or is it better to do Quick Welder into Refueler immediately? Partially depends on what the opponent has, but we don't want to completely dump our hand until they're aware. Okay. Makes me more inclined to play the Quick Welder, just so that we have additional blockers. They missed! They missed! Sorry. Oh man, that blows. I am so sorry, opponent. we're going to go ahead and play our Quick Welder and free Scrap Compactor just before they remove this. Next turn, we can just dump our hand out. Is there any consideration to holding so that 1, 2, 3, 4, so that on turn 5 we can Rangeless Refueler and immediately activate it? Probably not. Mostly because we won't be able to do that and Scrap Compactor no matter what. Opponent, you attacking? Because that means you have a maximum overdrive. Okay, so opponent has a maximum overdrive. I'm okay with them using a spell to kill this. I don't want this to die quite yet. So we'll go ahead and let them make this trade if they'd like to. I probably should have done this on the pilot, because this is more likely to die later. And then they'd have a 3-3 and a 2-3 instead of a 3-4 and a 2-2. Opponent decides not to do it. But now we know they have something in hand. Very obviously. We'll have to wait and blow that out with either Scrap Compactor or one of our other cards. Okay, Pothole Mole. Now they hit. Oh man, they've got a Brood Wagon down there. They're just itching to reanimate, I can tell. Well, let's go ahead and play a Refueler, play this, play that. Pass. It's unfortunate, but they're probably just going to do the same thing, and we're probably just going to let them. They're getting real close. They're 1 mana away from casting the Brood Wagon, and they do have the mana to be able to attack with whatever they need. So now let's go ahead. Block. We'll still take 2. They have their trick. Again, I'd rather them use it now. Especially now that Quick Welder has had its big turn where we were able to cast a bunch of stuff. Wow! That's what they had? Really? It was just a trade? Okay. I don't think that was worth it. Ha! They just get a land. They have a lot of removal though. That's pretty terrifying. Let's go ahead and attack. And I think we're gonna pass. I like this bounce off. That's helpful. That would have been great last turn, but sometimes can't really control how the RNG decides to move your cards. Yes, that can become a 4/4 at instant speed. You read that correctly. I do recommend you prepare yourself. That's a good card. Ah. Any attacks? No? You decided against it this time? You used your run over? Where's Aether Siphon to punish them? We'll go ahead and take our turn. We can just... I do like the idea of Camera Launcher. Let's just kill this. It's big. Start dealing some damage to them. It makes our future Memory Guardians, is that what that's called, a little bit worse, but I think that's okay for now. Opponent still has 3 cards in hand. Let's see if they hit their land drop. I think they have every turn. Beast Rider Vanguard. That's good for later, not great right now. Good for right now. They have the land. They can activate it and start digging through their library. Aether Siphon, I swear, one time, this is the perfect matchup for it. And they've decided that's what they plan on doing. Let's go ahead. I think we're going to Beast Rider Vanguard in response to them doing that. They probably have some scary things in this deck, though. Thundering Broodwagon, of course, being one. I'd rather them spend the mana, though, honestly. Like, I don't mind that. We don't have any 1 white mana tricks, so we can go ahead and pass and do that at instant speed. Yeah. I could put this on top, tuck it. I don't think we need to. I'm okay with them getting some card advantage. That's terrifying, but again, once they sink mana into it, it's a good way to bounce. Or a good card to bounce, excuse me. Then again, if they play it right now, yeah, it blocks pretty well. Now what, opponent? So I don't think we're going to attack this turn, even though now we have some flyers. That's a good card. I would like to attack. I feel like I need to wait for them to play out their 7/7 whatever. Reach. We're gonna go ahead and pass. They have? Okay, return it to their hand. That's fine. Gain a life. That's a cool little loop. Opponent can attack and we can block like this in order to eke out... what's it called? Do it. Now, if they knew I had the bounce off, how would one play around that? Knowing that the trick is there. I'm curious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, they do nothing. In that case, we are certainly going to bounce it. They'll Beast Rider Vanguard this turn. I just think we do need the tempo. Maybe it's better to wait there, because there's more cards in our deck that can... We don't have to be aggressive here. And yet, I feel like it's... I feel like I need to almost. I don't know. That's probably a mistake somewhere. This is another target artifact specifically. Yeah. That was a mistake. We should have waited until... Because now they're just going to cast it and hold it up again. Or something crazy like that. We'll hold this land. Yeah. Opponent's got draw engines online. We're not doing super hot. They'll be able to surveil some more. Oh my goodness. 12 cards left into their deck. Yep. Notably, they can't activate it this turn. They already play it, yeah. Right, because it costs 7. Which is good. Buys us a turn. I shouldn't have fired off that bounce off. I decided. That was a bad move. Rip. Oh man. Even if they brick, they have what to do with their mana. That's really rough. Yeah. Great. They're going to use Beast Rider Vanguard. We're going to continue to brick and pass. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's fine. Kill me, why don't you? Oh, deck, what are you doing? What are you doing to me? 3% chance each turn to draw a land. Or not 3%, sorry. It goes down by 3% every time we draw a land. We're at 30% chance of top decking a land here. We have multiple cards that draw us additional cards. Yeah, that's fine. This feels like a trap. It's gotta be a trap, right? They'll get it back, they'll be able to do something with it. Pride of the Road does not do much though otherwise in this deck. It's a good blocker, but it's not a great blocker, and we have so many artifacts. Let's do the obvious block. They'll use their trick. We'll move on. They didn't even have a trick, they're just gonna surveil. We did this in a previous game, one of our drafts, where we just needed to do that to get a surveil going, clear the way for bigger attacks. Looks like opponents mostly gone through their removal though, right? 3 runovers, a spin out. Alright. We'll gain a little life. But we're still in this. We've used up only one of our bounce offs. Alright. They still have 5 mana open for the Beast Rider Vanguard. 6 mana open. This does nothing. This does absolutely nothing. We have nothing like to hold it for. That was I mean, it's not our worst draw. Our worst draw is a land. It's pretty dang close. Thankfully, our opponent really thinks that we have something in hand by not playing out this island. Bane Guardian. That's good to know about. I honestly wasn't thinking about that card. Notably, Fang Guardian would allow the Deathless Pilot to trade with our 2/5. Might be a good time to then block with Camera Launch. Midnight Mangler's still just worse because it's not a creature on its own. As much as I'd like to get back Camera Launcher with Salvation Engine, it's just not worth it. Wow. Incredible. Our opponent's giving us so much time. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah. What are you digging for? You have 7 cards left. You looked at the top 3. You know your bottom 3 cards. Or your bottom 2 cards. Your bottom 4 cards even. Opponent knows the order. Is this in any order? In any order. Opponent has literally stacked their deck. Notably, this is what's remaining. Which is good. Yeah, they realize it too. Okay. They can give it +2/+2. +2/+2, so that's going to be 9, a 10/9. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And then they're gonna get another one. Currently it's an 8/7, which I probably should have done the math for that too, because they can just kill the 3 and the 2/5. Just trying to make it awkward for if they decide to pump, but at this point they might just want to play out the other Hazard of the Dunes and then save the Fang Guardian for that one. Oh my god, we have so many good draws in this deck, and we just cannot seem to get to any of them. Yep, pick it up. Great. Surveil? Are you gonna put it in your graveyard? I don't recommend it. Yeah, I didn't think so. Go ahead, cast another creature. Yep. Not a single artifact, notably, that they have played for us to destroy. They only seem to have one in the deck, it seems like, for Aether Jacket. Unfortunate, but such is life. Oh my god, and we keep bricking. Okay. Can we survive it again? I don't even know. I guess we can take the damage still. 10/9? That would be 3, 7. No, then we block with our little babies. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. In hindsight, maybe I just throw in Interface Eighths just to confuse them. Yep, attack with your... No? No attacks? Opponent, what are you doing? Let's play our diversion unit. Okay. I mean, they have so much mana, it so doesn't matter. 3 cards left in their deck. They know exactly what those 3 cards are. Is there an overrun in this format? There's the Gruul one, there's the red one. Is there a green one? There's the March of the World Ooze. March of the World Ooze would kick my ass here. That'd be so rough. Oh my god. Can't draw to save our lives. Opponent is just passing. This is platinum, right? They should know to be applying pressure here. I'll pass too. Gain a life. Yeah, what are you gonna do? You know your cards. You have 2 left in the deck. I am at a loss. I mean, I'm gonna win, but opponent's just not attacking. There's gotta be something. Come on. Please tell me you didn't just like mill all your removal and now you're just SOL. Okay. It's annoying, but okay. Not much I can do there. That is a piece of removal. Still 2 cards left in the deck. We do have to kill the 7/7, I think, if they attack. Ah, and there we go. Goodness. Alright, so what kills us? Let's block. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 14, 16 total if we let all this go through. Seven plus 2 is going to be 9 if we just let that go through. I think it's best to just let this go through at this point. We just take the 9. We need to top deck something good. Again, opponents just had it this whole game. We really just need to top deck something good. Pretty much any creature helps. But ideally something actually strong. No longer do I want Aether Siphon. Doesn't do anything here. Oh my god. Opponent's figuring out where they want to blow us out. If I were them, no, they need to keep a creature around. Memory Guardian? Oh shit, they had it? Okay, okay. That's good to know. Not good to know, it sucks now, but that certainly helps them. What are they gonna save? Yeah, that's fine. I've got nothing. Oppo, can't you tell? Uh-huh. Eat something else. Okay. So it's all trades, effectively. Surveil. To the graveyard. To the bin, to the bin, to the bin, to the bin. To the bin, to the bin, to the bin, to the bin. I mean, I'll take it. Balls to the wall. What do you got, opponent? Yeah. Surveil 2. It's 1, actually. Keep in your deck, presumably. Hanging on by a goddamn thread here. Notably, these 2 do not kill the Hazard of the Dunes. Pass. By the way, the bounce off would have been iconic as that draw. We could have bounced this. I mean, we're still a little bit too behind. God, is this just going to be like a 20-minute game where we don't even win? That would suck. Okay, let's pass the blockers. 2, 4, 6 plus 7 is going to be 13. I want to eat this. Gotta kill this. So we take 9. We get to keep most of our, or a couple of our things. Oh my god. I hate this game. Absolutely hate this game. How many lands? We had 6, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 out of... Opponent's seen every card in their deck. That makes sense. We also bottomed... No, okay. It's a different game. We had 14 out of our 17 lands. I'm chalking that one up to variance. That sucked. Opponent played poorly. They didn't attack much. We didn't see our top end cards until very late. I think we fired off a preemptive Rally's End. That one might have been on me. 14, 15, 16, 17 lands. Exactly what I'm supposed to do. We have a high curve. I think we need to keep all 17. This isn't a situation where we can shave a land to call it a day. Alright, 5 and 2. 5 and 2 against D-Money 13-11. God, that was... I hate those kinds of games. But it's like, I can't keep this, right? I have nothing until turn 4 and turn 5. It's just, this is unplayable. It's better. Wow. Wow, we're gonna bottom... The reason why we bottom this is we want our 3-drop, and if we draw one more land, we can curve into pretty decent 4. If opponent goes for it here, I think we're going to trade. It's a really good card later on. Yeah. They're clearly some kind of aggressive deck. We don't want to mess with that too much. Okay, opponent. I'm almost out of cards. I'm on the mulligan. I went first. Thank you for taking a turn off. I thoroughly appreciate it. Yeah, we're just gonna go for this. Thank you very kindly. Appreciate it. We can -5 to draw 2 next turn. Or to add a ton of mana if we top deck something ridiculous. We don't have a lot of great mana sinks though. Opponent's trying to figure out what they can do. If they have a destroy target artifact, they can just destroy it directly. Alright, that hurts. We can still just -5 this. It looks crazy. Kind of just want to... No, because they're going to be able to block anything we do. Let's go ahead and attach. Free scrap compactor. And let's just play out our land. Feeling indestructible. Do they have another removal spell? I'll be kind of sad. But at least now, if we -5 this, they won't be able to just straight up, what's it called? Minus it. 3, 4? 3, 4? I feel like I should just attack. Let's go for it. I have no clue. I've never played with this card. Opponent clearly hasn't seen it either, as they're trying to figure out what the optimum thing to do is. We're going to go ahead and wait for them to double block. I didn't realize that was a crew 1. That's my bad. But I was kind of hoping this would happen. I shouldn't have hovered over Scrap Compactor. They knew what was going to happen. We're going to go ahead and -2. Draw 2 cards. Let's refill this hand a bit. Great. That's a pretty good card. I like this one too. Okay, card's busted. Absolutely. If you can get it to stick, not only do they either need to kill the planeswalker or kill the artifact, or they're just kind of stuck in a place where I can now just either make my things bigger and draw cards, protecting it. It's a can't believe they printed this. It's fun card design. I do get it. I've listened. Mark Rosewater does a podcast. Deals 6 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Is it to the Quick Welder? That's funny. Okay. Vinwixt, nice, verbose host. It's a pretty decent card. But like, they can't kill this. That's 7 loyalty. That's so much loyalty. Loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. Uh-huh. Okay. I mean, if they just want to swing for 3, that's fine. Yeah, attack. Draw, discard. I think here, we're going to go ahead. I want to keep the flyer. Is that crazy? Yeah. Let's get rid of the boosted sloop so that they're not able to draw cards and we can beat them on sheer card advantage. God, that's so good. Do I just draw more cards here? I have what to do with my mana. Yeah. Speed go up, Aether thing go up. We'll go ahead and play our flying 3/4. That's a great blocker and can crew. Holding up 2 separate tricks in Scrap Compactor and Ride's End. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. I can deal 3 damage to a creature, or I can exile. Can't do both. It's important to note. They're going to kill this, pass to attackers. Ironically, they can't attack the Aether Spark. Fine. We're just going to go ahead and exile that. It's a good top deck on their part. It's just not enough. I'm going to -2. Or -5. Draw 2. Great. And pass. They're still trying to gain speed. They're still trying to kill our Planeswalker. They don't really have a lot of options, though. Okay, opponent's got a ton of mana up, but I don't mind drawing a card here. And trade. Or okay, our opponent has given up officially. Hate to see it. Totally understand. We're just gonna pummel them. Good game. Aether Spark is broken. You heard it here first. I'm sure you didn't. Everyone's known this is going to be a very good Planeswalker for a while. It's 4 mana. It's just hard to understand, but it's 4 mana colorless Planeswalker, and it just, all the modes are good. When all the modes are good, you're in a good situation. Alright, 6-2. We have once again reached the final boss. Can we get another game where we curve out into our mythic Planeswalker? That would be fantastic. This is, we can do this. I believe in the trophy. We've been doing fairly well these last few drafts. I mean, we started off doing pretty well. It helps. I do a little bit of research. But we're working on getting tighter gameplay and better draft picks. Matuki is coming to challenge us, stop us from getting our trophy. This is a... we really want lands. But we've got 2 drops. And we have ramp 2 drops, and we have blocking 2 drops. Of course, our opponent starts off with a 1 drop. And not only that, a pretty good one. Yeah, go for it. I should have started with the planes. That's okay. We'll go ahead and get a Midnight Mangler. Okay. No good attacks. Next turn, opponent will likely just pump that up. That's okay. We'll play our other one. Let's get our Guidelight Optimizer online now. Pass. I could attack here. Against Golgari, I want to. We have our big spells in hand. What do you got, opponent? Oh, I guess they can pump it. Yeah, spend your mana. I feel like that's good enough to set them back tempo-wise. Assuming it resolves, yeah. They have 2 mana. They do have a play. That's blows. Guidelight Optimizer was going to let us curve into Salvation Engine. Now we'll just have to play our Pride of the Road. Brutal. Start our engines. I do want to attack here. Especially now that opponent's a little bit further behind. And our start our engines does have a better payoff. Yeah. Now, a turn after you set them back on tempo is a great turn to get in a little bit of aggression. They'll go ahead, they'll attack. They did not, notably, level up Scurryfoot, but I think that's on purpose. They want to use their mana to get some more blockers on to the battlefield. God, Salvation Engine's gross. We probably will just play that out. Attack in with the Mangler again. Start a race. Oh, Venom Sac Lagak. You're no fun. Do I still do it? Boy, do I want to. Next turn they hit me back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can hit them for 5, or they have to jump with their thing. I think we do it. I guess let's do it like this. They might just take the 3 here, and that's okay. I don't want them to know about this just yet. And then next turn we can Ranger's Refueler and level it up. Okay, opponent can swing at us for 6, but now we can hit them for a lot more. Especially once it gets double strike. Notably, lacking black mana, I think that's going to be really important in this game. Until opponent can get their second black source, we want to be aggressive and punish their draw. That's something I've got to get a little bit better at, is who's the beatdown. Especially in these mid-rangey kind of formats, you have to understand when you want to be aggressive and when you want to be defensive. Our deck generally curves towards defensive because we have these big creatures, but whenever your opponent stumbles, you want to take advantage of that. And a good way of doing that is beating them into the ground. I need to remember that this card can be pumped. I just assumed it was 3 mana start your engines, and that's my bad. Notably, they could have Broken Wings or some other kind of artifact removal here. You can see them thinking about it. The turn has become a lot more complicated. They might want to surveil. They might want to attack. They're probably going to keep their Venom Sac Lagak back. Especially now. Curious what they do. I think next turn we will, regardless, just attack the Midnight Mangler. Mostly because we want to get to our max speed. Although they're a lot more likely to trade it off there. Wow. Nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I think we go for it here. Did the opponent run out of time? I don't think so. I think it's a fake oops, but you know what? It's okay. Yeah. That's fine. We'll go ahead and I guess we'll kill the elephant first. And we'll draw our card. There is a reason to wait until the end of turn. They have a fight spell specifically. That's a reason for it, but I would like to... I don't know. There's also a chance that they have like a minus... There's a whole lot of things that can go wrong. I'm still not sure when we're supposed to do exhaust abilities, whether it's better at sorcery speed or at instant speed. Here's a fight spell. Yeah, target creature to target creature. Instant speed though, so it would have happened regardless. I think... yeah. We'll go ahead and crew this just to stem off any other attacks they might want to make. Oh, punished. Ha ha ha! Alright, opponent with the double removal spell. Well, that hurts. On the bright side, though, we can just bounce their Venom Sac and get our double strike online, potentially. Oi. Let's go for it. You gonna give me max speed? I don't think so. We're gonna get rid of your ability to filter. Still need to just kind of give it to them. That is brutal. Consideration there to not, because we didn't have to block. Maybe that was a greedy play. We're still at a high life total. Notably, they can pump this. It's 2 mana, so they have 6 total mana. They have their second black source now. So they can pump it 3 times to make it into a 5/6. Okay. Yeah, no blocks. Go ahead. Wow. Opponent is killing us. We messed up. We messed up. Oh man, that's brutal. That's actually brutal. Next turn we'll be able to at least get our double strike online, but opponent has Risen Necro Regent that they top deck, presumably. They've been at 5 mana for a while. I guess they were waiting until they hit max speed. Alright, this is Platinum. We have been underperforming, and we're in Platinum. And we bricked. We absolutely bricked. We're going to go ahead and swing at them for 3. We'll hold on to this. Next turn we can start giving our 3/4 double strike, which is a 2-turn clock, notably. But they do have, of course, a 9/7. And they're just going to make another 2/2. By the time... this is too close. Too close for comfort. Really got blown out there with the Salvation Engine. That was absolutely brutal. No need... I'd also just said how there was potentially indications or reasons to not crew things immediately. We could have made them waste their mana on an entirely different turn. But here we are. Gotta forget the mistakes. Not forget them. Move past the mistakes. Learn from them later. Do our best. Pothole Mole. Let's see what opponent mills. They might want to surveil otherwise. They can only get a land. Debris Beetle. That would have been rough. Would completely change our timeline as well. I don't even know if we can survive. This race is so close. I swear, the lands situation has been so bad. Okay. We have to remember Mutant Surveyor can pump itself. Alright, they do that on upkeep to smooth out their draw. Opponent surveils 1. This lets them surveil 2 though, right? Alright, so opponent chose this card. Are we dead? Looks like it. Swing out. Yeah. I think that's game. We messed up. We misplayed. I do think the lands were quite punishing. Just the way we drew them. The deck probably could have also been drafted a little bit better, but, you know, that's kind of how it goes. So close. 6-3. We had some incredible cards. The Aether Spark, really, the one game we managed to cast it, completely took over. Salvation Engine is phenomenal. You know, as long as you can keep it around. Aether Siphon we also got to see, which was kind of fun. Not a bad card. It's not great. You want your deck to be built for it, and I think we were a little bit more tempo-y than we were just straight up control. Our deck certainly lacked a little bit more permanent removal. We had one Ride's End. I would have loved a second one. Even that secondary Scrap Compactor maybe could have made the deck in another world. Overall, though, not bad. Dune Drifter only came into play a couple of times, and we were usually already winning by then. I'm still not sure how nice it is to splash like a one-of a particularly good card versus just fully adding like a third color to our deck. If we had that extra spin out, if we had that Grim Bauble, and just fully went into Esper, would that have been worth it? I'm not sure. I'm still learning the draft format. I'm still trying to feel it out. Let me know if you have any thoughts. I think the ultimate verdict is that while the individual cards are strong, you need to make sure you have enough card draw to get there. A stock up would have been chef's kiss. However, you know, you live with what you get. 6-3 is still an incredible record. We more than paid back the gems that we paid into this. And what's your verdict? Let me know in the comments. What do you think I could have done differently or better? Staying till the end of the video is by far the best thing you can do to support the video. So I really appreciate all of you who managed to make it all the way here. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Hey you. Yeah, you. Watch another video. Yeah, that one right there. It's pretty good if I do say so myself. Hope you enjoy it.